Hello everyone, welcome back to The Addicted Bookworm, where my addiction is all over the internet. Okay, so on this channel I do book hauls, book reviews, both digital and physical media, audiobooks, and so much more. So this is not a Kindle reading vlog. I did this video like early in the morning, and I discovered that if you're doing a video about your new device, do it when you're fully awake, not when you have had a rough day. Oh man, I did a lot of stuff, and sorry about that. Alright, so I'm going to show you guys fully the Nook Glow Light 4 Plus. Now, most everybody that I have subscribed to are on the Kobo. I don't have 10 to 80 extra dollars to spend on a Kobo. And anyways, unlike Nook, Kobo doesn't have a giganto selection of books. Now, some people will say, oh, 100,000 is a lot of books. Yes, it is a lot of books, but they're not a major book seller. They're not. They're unapp. I have no desire to ever buy a Kobo in my entire existence. I like my, I hate to say this, I do like my Kindle. However, I am slowly pulling away from Kindle. With every book that I finish, I get closer and closer to ending my relationship with Kindle. Except for library books. I gotta be able to read my library books. Alright, so this is the Nook Glow Light 4 Plus. This is the upgraded version of their Glow Light. This is a $199 machine, or a piece of equipment or technology. They knocked $20 off of it because I am a Barnes & Noble premium member. I paid the money to be premium, which means that I save more money, at least from what I'm saying. Alright, so first of all, I want to say, I had to actually let the store know that I was interested in the Glow Light for them to actually get my Glow Light out of the thing. And and it's one of the things that I really love about Barnes & Noble's Nook is I don't have to order it online. I can actually go to my local Barnes & Noble and buy one. It comes out of a box. It comes out of a little hidden storage area, and I don't even know where that's at. Only the employees know. And I go and I can buy it right out. I did the additional 2-year protection. I got 4-year protection for it because their belief is that it's going to last you for that long. Yeah, so one of the benefits of a Nook over a Kindle is you can walk into the store and buy it. Now, you can go to places like Best Buy or Target and buy your Kindle, but I just like to go into Barnes & Noble because the staff is there and they know a lot about the products. So that's my thing I really happen to love about Barnes & Noble. Also, Barnes & Noble almost became a victim of Amazon. Now, before I begin with this, I am going to add something. Barnes & Noble is not innocent of it as well. I mean, when they came into town, independent booksellers packed up their bags and left. But the CEO of Barnes & Noble gives a much different vibe than the former CEO of Amazon. You know, this man ran an independent bookstore. He helped Waterstones get back from the brink, and he really helped out Barnes & Noble. So that is one of the great appeals of not just buying books from Barnes & Noble, but buying the Nook. Now, this Nook Glow Light 4 Plus is different than my Lenovo. So first of all, I don't need a passcode to access my stuff on here. Here you have to, mainly because the company Lenovo puts it in. Alright, so this is my case. I'm actually getting another one today, but I actually bought this case just in case the case I ordered did not fit. Alright, so here it is. Now, one of the biggest difference between this one and Kindle is the power button is not here. It's not here with the original glow light. It is actually up here. Now, unlike the Kindle, you kind of have to work a little bit to turn it on, and that is good for me because I don't have to worry about accidentally turning it on. Okay, good. Alright, so starting up. I had to press it I had to hold it for 4 seconds 3 times. But yeah, so the great thing about that is I don't have to worry about accidentally turning my Nook on. With the Kindle, I always had to be worried if I'm brushing my fingers, it will turn it on or whatnot. Alright. So, alright. So this is my page. This is my home page. So up here are, on top, here, are all the books that I have purchased. Down below are books that Barnes & Noble recommends for you. They are not big on selling you unnecessary stuff. Also, because Barnes & Noble does not have any kind of like what they have with the Kindle Unlimited, you're not going to get a bunch of like, oh, hey, free books. Only when you press the only when you press the store button will you get things like recommended picks, things like that. So they leave that to the store part of the device, of the whole thing. That is what I like about Barnes & Noble. They're not trying to sell you stuff that you don't want. Now, they'll give you recommendations, and you can press it, and it'll go right to the store, because it'll go right to the page where, like, oh yeah, buy now, and all that. So yeah, so just like with Kindle, you can buy your books from the tablet, or from the reader, which is typical throughout all of it. I bought early this morning the Haunting of Maddie Clare by Simon St. James. This is supposed to be the first book that he wrote. So when I'm done with one of my books, I will do that. All right. Then you have your library. I have to warn you, unlike with Kindle, you cannot go back to this home page once you hit the library. And the reason for it is that they just don't put that in their technology. So if you wanted something like that, then you would have to get a Kindle. Now, I don't know if Kobo does the same thing that Kindle does, allowing you to go back to your page, but I don't really consider that to be an issue, because if I'm done reading a book, I'm going to automatically go to the library and look at whatever next book. Now, if what I want to read next is already on this part of the front page, I will just hit that and read that. So that's not really an issue. So they base their recommended for you based on what you have read or are reading, and that's just typically the same way with Kindle. But the huge difference is that you don't get excess stuff. You don't get things that you're not even remotely interested in. It's always based on what you purchased And because the assumption is that you have bought the book, you're definitely going to want to buy the next book. It's just common sense. So yeah. And the recommendations change every time you turn it on. Every time you turn it on, there's a different recommendation. But yeah. So this Glow Light 4 Plus also allows you to listen to audiobooks with your headphones or a Bluetooth device, Bluetooth thing. I like that, but I can also listen to it on my Lenovo, which is also like what I'm mainly going to use my Lenovo for, as far as books are concerned, is to listen to audiobooks, not to read my books. I like this one. It's not heavy. It's not super light, but it's not super heavy. It's just perfect. And also, you have your page turn buttons. I know people are obsessed over those, but I can also tap it like I would do a Kindle. Yeah. So I'm not going to hit the store button. But if you've been on Barnes and Noble's, take it back. I'll go ahead and hit it. Oh, something else. If it goes to sleep, yeah, then you have to hit it and then swipe it, and it does that. So let's okay, cool. They changed it again. They changed it again. Okay, so let's just hit store. Ooh, free reading weekend. So they have free reading weekend, which is really cool. So let's hit that and let's see what we got for the free. This is Of Love and Deception, a woman's fiction story. So I don't want that. So let's lower this a little bit. Alright, there you go. So this does not have automatic like, brightness. So let's hit horror. Yeah, I'm on a horror kick right now. And you're going to have all of the horror books that Barnes & Noble sells digitally. We'll go back to this. Let's see here. Pre-order Polybus. No. So these are like most anticipated horror. Freak Slaw is out. If anybody wants to know, Freak Slaw is out. I saw it at Barnes & Noble. Now there is some ghosting, but I'm not really concerned about that. Also, hold on. Okay. Also, it will tell you if the book is available as a book or an ebook, which is always good. Alright. Yeah. Yeah. So I bought Witchcraft for Wayward Girls. I think I explained in it because Barnes & Noble did not have it in their store. They had a whole display of them, and then they're like all gone. Now, if you purchase something, it will automatically take it off from both book and audiobook. because you've already purchased it. Let's see here. How about free books? So we're gonna just click here and go free books. Free books, Nook. Let's see here. Alright, let's see what we got here. Let's see here, we got... See, I don't know. Okay, alright. I remember. Alright. Murder Most Unlikely, a 1920s. So we're going to click this one. Okay. So, if you type in free books in the search perimeter, they will give you their free books. And, as I said, these are absolutely free. It's just like totally free. Some of them are weird. I don't know. Don't know. They are so weird. The Biter Awakening Part 1. Okay. Let's see if I can find one that I actually want to read. So, let's see here. Let's see here. Death and Relaxation. I do not know if that is a mystery. I'm just going to find one. Oh, here's one looks good. So we're going to do that. Murder at Archley Manor. So, let's pull that down. Alright, so there it is. So you hit the free button. That will tell me to confirm. And then, there it is. Alright. Okay. So, I'm going to have to turn this off. Because I want to get back to my screen. So, there we go. But yeah, so despite the fact that this technology is very different than Amazon, Kindle, I like it because first of all, I'm out of the Amazon ecosystem, which a lot of people have been trying to do for quite some time. Um, it changed again. But yeah, that's what I love about it. It's out of the Amazon ecosystem. I don't have to be inundated with ads. I don't want to be inundated with, oh, you have to buy this book. If you don't buy this book, I love it. I absolutely love my Nook. And yes, it's not 100% perfect. Like my ability to go back to my home screen and everything, but but I just feel like that I'm doing a middle finger to Amazon and their business practice, their especially their employee business practice, because you literally have employees sleeping in their cars, and they're supposed to be working for like the richest man in the world, which isn't true anymore because or used to work for the richest man in the world. But what I'm planning on to do, as I said, starting now, I started this yesterday with buying my, going to Barnes and Noble and getting my books and buying my Nook and downloading a couple books on my Nook. I'm starting to pull away from it, and there is one author that it will definitely be the first author that I don't buy any more books from her on Kindle. And I'm not saying this because she's a bad author or a bad person. She's not. I just want to like from books 8 onward, to get it from there. And that is the Country Store Mystery series. Now, I can also purchase my ebooks on the internet, on Barnes & Noble's website, and they will automatically be downloaded onto my Nook. But yeah, so I am halfway through the Country Store Mystery, and then I've got one more book from Kindle that I have purchased. What I'm actually going to do over, like, especially in June, I'm going to rebuy those books from Barnes and Noble. So I'm going to keep the books on the Kindle, and then what I will do is, once I have purchased those books off of Barnes and Noble for my Nook, I will go into my Kindle, my Amazon, and I will delete every single book that is under the Country Store Mystery, and then I will look at, okay, what is the next one? I will also probably buy the First Law trilogy. So I bought the first book on Kindle. The other two are on Kindle Unlimited. I'm going to go and just buy all 3 of them. So I'm going to be spending a couple $100 just on like ebooks for my Nook. And I'm going to do that because I can hold thousands of books. And yeah, so another thing is, when I'm on the verge of starting to read another book that I got on Kindle, I'm just going to order it, buy it on Barnes & Noble, and delete that book from my Kindle, and then I'll just read it on my Nook. Alright, so my goal is, by the time everything is said and done, I will be solely on Nook, except for library books, and that's just going to be it. Alright, so as I said, I've had this Nook for close to 12 hours, and I am really, really digging it. Alright, so yeah, so there is a way to get off of Amazon without spending $10 to $80 extra. And yes, I know Kobos look beautiful and everything like that, but they raised the prices of their Kobos. I have no desire for a Kobo. I would rather support a bookstore that almost went under because of Amazon. And one more thing, this is my wallpaper. There's no ads on this. There is no ads. Barnes and Noble's job is not to sell you a ton of books that you're never going to read. Their job is to get you to read, and I love it. And for people that want to know how do I get back on my screen, you press the button, and then you swipe, and and it changes. It changes. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get some reading done. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Bye.